Cool. Guys, this is the hangout. This is the hangout. Look, when we've had to just do a bit of readjustments, I'm fighting a copyright claim from my good friends at YouTube. So once that is all hopefully done and through with the counter reaction, then we'll be back on YouTube Live. But still then, remember we will be doing this stuff via Twitch, which is what we're doing. We're going to be writing via Twitch. So I think, this... there's a lot of stuff that has happened in the Champions League. It has been a very, very eventful week in the Champions League, and I've had to pretty much rethink some things. Just a few things, not many things, but I've had to just rethink a few things, namely about Semi's minimum or Semi's max, and a certain Zidane. I think he's under pressure. As much as I love him, as much as he's my guy, a certain Zizou, I believe, has to be under pressure right now. So, I think the first place to start, I think that really makes sense. But also, we'll be doing a mini preview because, of course, it is the Milan derby. And, of course, we've got your boy Hazem here, and we'll do a little bit of a Milan derby preview. So, let's just really get right down to it right now. So, Real Madrid against PSG. Now, let me just, pop things off firstly. I was very shocked because when I looked at the lineups and I was like, okay, no Neymar, no Mbappe, Real Madrid, apart from Modric and Ramos, pretty much at full strength, I thought this should be a win for Real Madrid. So not only did Real Madrid lose, they got schooled. They got outplayed, and they got outplayed so badly, people are already calling for Zidane's head. And people are already saying, let's bring back Uncle Mo. Is that an overreaction? Who knows? But the fact of the matter remains is that that team I saw of Real Madrid, they're not coming close to winning a Champions League. This isn't a performance that says, oh yes, PSG will now win the Champions League, blah, blah. No, it's not. But I think that it was a I think the key to this is Di Maria actually still relevant? I don't really know. It's how Zidane got exposed. I take nothing away from Zidane's 3 Champions League wins in a row. I will never take anything away. But the fact of the matter remains, Zidane is not a great manager, and Zidane was totally schooled by Thomas Tuchel. And I think what made PSG win was Tuchel's tactical preparation for that game that exposed Real Madrid. I get it. Zad didn't play well. He's still unfit. He's still not up to standard, but I get it. But we have to talk about Toni Kroos. How good is Toni Kroos really? Are we now convinced that Verratti is that dude? Are we now convinced that Idrissa Gueye is also that dude as well? So let's go to Mr. A1. So A1, thoughts on Real Madrid PSG, and should Zidane be sacked, and are PSG now put out a statement that they can win this CL? Don't say that. A1. All right, Ahmed.
No, A1's speaking.
Sorry. Okay, I think I need to unmute you. Oh, wait. All right, A1, start again. Go.
All right, cool. Yeah, Tuchel schooled Zidane, and Zidane right now he's being tested because when he was at Real Madrid before the 3 seasons won the league, he had a settled squad, like most players at the peak, whatnot, and that squad was together, so they played each other a lot. But now that squad's like, Ronaldo's gone, players are getting old and whatnot, injured players, like for example Ramos and Modric, these guys are old, so they're gonna pick up injuries. And he sold some of the squad players as well. Not sold, but Llorente went to Atletico, Ceballos to Arsenal, so he hasn't got that backup to for the players who are injured, especially in midfield. Because Toni Kroos, he's a passer of the ball. He's a guy in possession. You need to give him the ball so he can pick up the passes. But with
look, how good is Toni Kroos? How good is Toni Kroos?
No, it is cool. I still think he's good, but he's been a different role. He's like, he hasn't got the legs, but he's been asked to play more as a, not box to box, but he has to move around a lot more, which is not his game anymore because Toni Kroos' legs have been gone for ages. But his role, especially with Modric there, is able to, complement him. But now, it's with Modric injured and there's no midfield. Got you and Casemiro. And Casemiro, he's not really good technically and whatnot. He's more combative midfielder. It's hard for Toni Kroos now. So I think he's struggling there as well. And Zidane as well, what shot me is the no shots on target, man. That shot me a lot, man.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Yeah, it's mad. Especially you still got attacking talent. Like at least have a shot on target or something like that. But no shots on target. It's mad. It's mad.
Okay. All right.
He's getting tested, Zidane.
All right. Ahmed. Also, quick, A1. So should Zidane be sacked or he should be given more time? Do you think Zidane can turn it around?
Let's give him more time because I think he's going through a period right now. You're getting a new squad. Like you got new players and whatnot. They have to. You actually have to coach them and give them something. If you get what I'm saying, because when he was there before, the 3 seasons, the squad were all the same. Everyone knew what to like. All the players just had to be managed. That's it. You how to get the best out of each other. But now it's a new squad. He has to coach them. He actually has to build a new style and plan for these new players as well to blend in with the old players.
Okay.
So it's a transitional period for him.
Okay. Ahmed, thoughts on the game, and should Zidane be sacked, and what does it say about PSG?
Okay, I think people are blowing this out of proportion. Let's remember, this is a transitioning Real Madrid away from home in the group stage against one of the best teams in the world without their best defender and without their best midfielder. Okay, we need to chill because Ramos is the best defender at Real Madrid. So without him, that's a key loss in defense. Firstly, and Modric, Kroos needs Modric. That's for now, Kroos needs him. He needs the other midfielder. He needs the other leg in midfield. And without Modric, you saw how much he suffered.
He's always needed a Modric. He's always needed a Modric, always.
Yeah, but you saw just how much he suffered. Maybe in 2015, 2016, he could have coped alone. But without Modric now in 2019, he simply can't. You can't have Kroos.
Wait. Ahmed, you're mistaken. Kroos could never cope alone in a midfield by himself.
I'm saying potentially. I'm saying potentially.
Okay,
I'm not saying for guaranteed. But right now, he certainly can't. And I think about the whole Zidane tenure, you can't sack him after one away group stage performance. Let's not forget. I think the real test is going to come this Sunday against Sevilla away from home. Because let's remember, Sevilla are top of La Liga right now. They're undefeated. They're having a good spell of performances with a lot of new signings. So I think that's going to be the match that he's going to get judged on a lot more. Is going to be the La Liga one, and he shouldn't be sacked. Although I think him coming back was a mistake.
Okay.
Overall.
How's the boss? Thoughts on the game? Thoughts on Zidane? How bad of a beating was this?
I think Zidane should be given more time. 4 or 5 games is not enough yet for to judge him.
But do you believe he's the right man for Real to win them trophies this season? Is he the right man?
To win them trophies, I think that's a little far fetched. I think he still has time to adjust a little with the new players. I think some of the big players like Marcelo, Ronaldo that used to win Real Madrid the trophies, I think they're gone now and they have to readjust. Even Zidane, I never thought he was very good tactically. Even when Ronaldo was there, even when he won 3 Champions League.
Okay. Hazem, thoughts on the game, thoughts on Zizou.
Yeah. So in regards to the game, particular, I didn't watch it, but I watched some highlights and some compilation of the player, and I saw that Idrissa Gueye. Wow, great performance from this guy. And I think PSG really got the midfielder they needed in Idrissa Gueye because they really needed that guy to hold everything together. I know they have Verratti, they have a very versatile and one of the best midfielders in the world in Verratti, but they needed that really solid guy who really held everything together and who can also go forward and provide assists. So Verratti couldn't carry the midfield by himself. And this is what they got in Idrissa Gueye. I still think they have problems in defense player-wise, PSG. I still think they need that big center back. And but I think getting Idrissa Gueye is definitely the right step. And this is what I said when Leonardo came in. I said PSG just need the return of a good management. because when the El Khelafi took over, Leonardo was sporting director, and they were going in the right direction. But then when Leonardo left and they were with Henrique, they really had no idea what they were doing, and they were just pumping money without any idea, which is why they were just repeatedly balling in the Champions League. So now I really think, although they don't, I don't think they'll win the Champions League this year. No,
They
But I think now,
never win the unless name a ball for me.
no,
They
no,
never
no,
win the Champions League. It's not if this
no,
ever
no, no,
happening.
no, no, no. Now at least they have a plan. They're going in the right direction. With Leonardo, they are getting the right players. Because I know you can say a team's a baller team. They're never gonna do this. But once they start getting a formula and getting the right players, you can't deny that they are going the right direction and they can eventually win it. And I think PSG can do it. But as for Real Madrid,
Should Zidane be sacked? Is he the right one?
oh, for me, unfortunately, Zidane is not the right man anymore. Because everything about Zidane was about the players having full confidence in him. That was the center of the team of Zidane. The players' confidence in him, and that's why, because of how confident the players were in him and how much they trusted in him, that's why it was easy to adapt his tactics into them, which were fairly simple tactics. He pretty much was under the influence of Ancelotti's style for most of his coaching career. But I feel like, unfortunately, Zidane, he took a leap in his career in going to Real Madrid, and he rode the wave of that Ancelotti formed, but also with his own smartness. But I feel like now he needs to step down to go to a lower level to develop his coaching career, to actually be able to coach long term, to be a long-term coach.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Zidane, to be honest, I think he should be sacked, because I feel like the players lost confidence in him, even if it's by a bit. They lost confidence in him from last season. I feel like last season's ending of the season was a thing that you cannot repair over the summer, even if you sign Hazard and great guys.
Okay.
It's a very tough thing to repair the confidence in manager. So yeah, unfortunately. So yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Hazem. How can you sack him when the marquee signing of the summer has only played a game and a half?
No. I'm not saying to sack him yet. Okay,
No.
saying,
But I think what
see
he's saying is
over
that
it.
he doesn't feel like he's the right one. So even if the marquee signing isn't back in the right, and I've got to agree. As much as I love Zidane, even if Zad balls and plays well,
Zad is overrated.
Zidane is not leading them to a trophy. All right, let's bring in Lance Tamer. Thoughts on this, bro?
On the Zidane situation.
Yeah, so it's basically just reflecting on Real Madrid, PSG, and the Zidane situation. I'm hearing a child in the background. Please, I don't want to hear anything in the background. If you're not speaking, please mute yourself. Thank you. Line Tamer, hit it.
Yeah, I watched the PSG Real Madrid game, and I thought PSG were gonna lose. To be honest, they were missing, because if a team loses their two best players, or two of the three best players, that's insane. That's like I don't know if that's even that's like, I don't know, Real Madrid
they shouldn't be
losing
winning, pretty much. They shouldn't be winning.
Vincent has that shit. They had no right, and they played them off the park. Maybe they were playing with less pressure because people weren't expecting them to win, but my God, Idrissa Gueye, what a player. What a
Quality.
player. Incredible. The BTEC Conte. But
Yes.
no, that's disrespectful. He's an incredible player. Yeah, man, as far as Zidane goes, man, like, I heard Real Madrid fans say God took the wrong Zidane brother. So they definitely want him gone, to say the least. And I think he got lucky in his first stint. Very, very lucky. Got bailed out by arguably the greatest, I don't want to say player, but the greatest goal scorer of all time, and one of the greatest squads of all time. Got very lucky. And this time around, he has an aging squad.
So you don't think he's the right man? You don't. So even if, let's say, full team, Hazard comes back, Modric comes back, you don't think he's the right man?
No. Modric, I love Modric, but he's washed, man. He's 33 years of age. His legs are gone. Kroos, he's moving like a tractor. They had to get Pogba. in the midfield, and I think Zidane cannot he's not like a Pochettino who can work with scraps. Zidane is a checkbook manager. He needs a quality squad, and all these players are past their prime, man. Like they won't bail him out anymore. Modric, he can play 2 games a week. Cruz, he looks like he's done at the top level. So Zidane isn't the right guy. He's not the right. He's the right guy if you have a quality squad. But this Real Madrid team, Jovic, man, like this guy looks like he belongs at Frankfurt and not Real Madrid.
I told you the guy was a dud.
They got the wrong. Look, man, they got the wrong striker. They should have bought Haller. I said it from the beginning. Like, if you're going to buy a Frankfurt striker, you should have bought Haller. I mean, I don't mind Jovic. He's a good striker, but he's no competition for Benzema. I mean, come on. He's got 1 good season under his belt, and they paid 60 million. I mean, it's kind of a disgrace. But and I'm not sure he was a Zidane signing either. I mean, do you think Zidane watches Frankfurt? Come on.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
Yeah, Zidane should go.
Okay, so
Zidane should definitely go.
I go to Jujuman. People are asking where Milko is. I don't know where Milko is at the moment.
I DM'd him. We'll give you updates.
Yeah, and also apparently Milko predicted 7-0 Dortmund, 5-0 Real Madrid. So I think he drew up to there. All right, so Jujuman, let's hear it. First of all, because I know what you're going to say about Zidane, but be respectful. Yeah. Remember, he's a horseman and he's an idol. So be watchful of the words that you say. So first of all, reflect on PSG's amazing performance, Tuchel's managerial thing, and what's for Zidane. Keep it real.
All right, so the game I saw was Zidane. I mean, we can see that the fasting was lucky because Tuchel completely outcoached him, and Zidane just stood there and stared like a confused dog. So Zidane,
oh my God. Jujuman, I told you to watch your tongue, man. Come on, be respectful.
No. So Zidane is completely clueless. People like to insult the veterans like Carlo Ancelotti, but we have a rookie here who clearly, I mean, he got the Madrid job because of connection. People say he had the right last name because
you're calling Zizou a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie. He got the job because of his last name. Like, this is pure connection. He doesn't deserve the job. People say that, we should give Zidane a job. Zidane, first of all, this guy, he doesn't qualify for the job. What has he done? He hasn't done anything. He basically just got the job because of his name. He's not qualified to coach Madrid. And he's not qualified. And people are saying, Zidane should be sacked now. This guy is not even supposed to be the manager. People should have build up their resume before they get the Madrid job.
So let me ask you this question then. So try and get into the mind of Zidane. Why do you think that he decided to take the job, knowing that he's not going to have Cristiano? Why do you think he decided to come back and take the job?
Because he thought Hazard was a great player, but by the way it looks, I mean,
don't go there.
No,
Don't do that. Come on.
No, I'm not going. Look. We are approaching October, and this guy is still fat. I mean, what is he supposed to do? We're approaching October, and he was joking. He thought it was a joke by saying, six pack. Look right now, he's flopping, and this guy thinks it's a joke, but wait a few weeks and he continues dropping this disaster class. This Madrid fans will abuse him. I'm telling you, they're going to abuse him. He thinks it's a joke, but it's not. Like, he keeps dropping all this disaster class. They're going to. I mean, you think the Bale abuse was bad? Wait until Hazard flops. And with that game, I mean, I was impressed with Idris Gueye. He mocked Toni Kroos. He mocked him. Like, Toni Kroos should be. I don't know how he steps back to the pitch because he was embarrassed.
No. Verratti and Idris Gueye inducted Toni Kroos. They both inducted him. So.
Yeah, he made fun of him. He looks like a clown. Toni Kroos looks like a clown out there.
Just to round off, what should Real Madrid do? Sack Zidane, bring in Mourinho, stay with Zidane. What should Real Madrid do moving forward, or should they give Zidane time?
Look, I think Madrid's objective should be the league. This Champions League is, I mean. Even if they win, doesn't mean anything. The league, I mean, if Barcelona wins again, I mean, their main focus should be the league. Champions League is a bonus because because their league record is awful, and Zidane is not. This guy doesn't look like he's going to win any league anytime soon. So I mean, they should sack him and bring a real coach, a real manager, someone who can manage people. Because I mean, I don't know how far Zidane can take them. And
Okay.
the last one, people say Sevilla is a test. I mean, I know the Sevilla away historically has been a tough ground, but it speaks volume when Sevilla is a challenge for Madrid. I mean, how the mighty have
Sevilla's
fallen.
always been a challenge.
Yeah, but it's been a
Madrid
challenge,
has
but
been
it's
a challenge.
Madrid.
Let them get past
It's Madrid.
Sevilla.
How are you struggling against Sevilla? How are you
Jujimon,
struggling against Sevilla?
Thank you. All
All
right.
right, okay.
So before I get to Salim, so is this right? Some dude in the chat just says Milner has the assist record in the Champions League and gets no praise. Excuse me? So does Milner
What?
have the most assists in Champions League history? That can't be right.
What? All time? No way.
Yeah, not yet. So wait, what the hell are you talking about? And by the way,
Me last
Zad
season.
is not overweight. He's just big. He's big boned. He's big boned. Okay, Salim. Thoughts on Real Madrid, PSG, and thoughts on Zidane and the future for Real Madrid under Zidane.
Hello?
Salim. All right. Okay. Your boy.
Oh yeah,
Salim.
he does have the assist
Yeah,
record.
yeah,
Milner.
HH, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, go. All right.
Yeah. Zidane. If I'm Zidane, I would just right now resign and just get out of the way. I mean, and let's be honest. Like the story will be, if it happens in any way, Real Madrid can't even get to the Champions League, the quarterfinals. I mean, the quarterfinals or semifinals. The story in the media will be Zidane failed, and Zidane can't win without CR7. So before you have that story where you won, and it doesn't say, "Oh, you need CR7," you can actually go and under the rug and be out of the way. And that's the most thing. If I was him right now, I'll resign. I'll be like, I'm out. Find yourself a next manager. And to the point of Real Madrid need a goal scorer. Let's be honest, they don't have a goal scorer.
Yeah.
I mean, people say,
Lewandowski.
Well, apparently Benzema got 30 goals
Yeah.
last season.
okay,
So.
yeah, he got 30, but you still need that 40 goals
Yeah, they
scorer.
need
You
more
need that
goals.
other
They need
40
more
goal
goals.
So
scorer.
Lewandowski, yeah.
You need that another
They need more
40 goal
goals.
scorer.
They need their wingers to step up. So Hazard needs to step up.
All right, okay,
Yeah, I mean,
Salim, go.
But Hazard isn't a goal scoring winger.
Yeah,
He scored 20 goals last season. So I'm
But he's
saying
not the main goal
goals
scorer.
like
Okay,
that,
so wait, Salim, just say your point, Salim.
Yeah, let me say that you can't expect Hazard to score 40 goals. You cannot. Hazard
Oh, 40
is
goals,
more of a
Jesus,
technical.
40.
Oh, right, cool. Look, for example, at Real Madrid, when Ronaldo was there, Ronaldo scored most of the goals, and Benzema was pretty chipping with 20
Yeah,
goals.
that-
but now he's not there. Hazard has to step up like Benzema's doing. Because if Benzema's hitting 30 goals, Hazard has to at least
But
hit,
do you-
maybe
At least
20 goals.
50.
But you
Again?
expect Hazard to score 50 goals? So have
No,
you
not
ever?
50 goals, but at
50 or
least
60.
chipping-
50 or 60.
Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not. I'm saying like maybe what 20 to 30 goals. That's
Has
what
he ever reached the 20 to 30 goals?
He hasn't,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. He has to step up. You want move to Madrid to step up. You
This
can't
is
move
the
to Madrid
Galactico
how-
we're talking about,
you
guys.
can't
He
move
Hazard,
that-
let me-
guys, Hazard has played 85 minutes on a partially torn hamstring. Why are you
relax,
bashing?
man, relax.
I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
like it's
no,
been-
no,
He
no.
hasn't
That's
played
what
a
I've said.
full
No
game.
one is.
So his
I'm not
hamstring
going
is
after
always
Hazard.
torn?
I'm not
No
going
one's
after
doubting
Hazard. You. My point is, I said Madrid still needs that 50, close to 40 to 50 goal scorer. Let's be honest. I mean, CR7.
When Neymar is injured, it's his fault.
Yeah.
When Hazard is injured, it's not.
And I'm saying, if Benzema can hit 30, Hazard has to step up. Not play like he played at Chelsea. He moved to Madrid to step up to be one of the best players in the world. You step up, try and hit 30 goals as well. So,
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
and
If you want to be
to the-
considered the same level as Salah.
Wait. So, Salim, just very quickly, Zidane, what do you think that he should still remain? Do you think that he should be given time, or do you think screw it, no points, he should be sacked even before the Sevilla game?
I think he should be gone. Like, gone out.
Like, let's be honest, Real Madrid, they're more like they want to win. They're in a win mode right now. They never in a building mode. When has ever Real Madrid been ever to a building mode? I mean, let's be honest, 2009, 2010, yes, but other than that, since right now, they always been get the players we need, win mode. Players we need, win mode. They always been like that. They always got to be contending for a Champions League or the league. That's always their mentality for Madrid. There's never been let's wait and rebuild ourselves from the ground. It's never like that. They never think like that. So yeah, if I'm him, I'm not saying he needs to get sacked. It'll be bad for him. It'll be bad for the media. I mean, the media will make it bad for Zidane. I would more like, I'm gonna resign and get out of the way and rub it under the rug so no one knows why the reason or anything I'm getting sacked. So Zidane needs that. So I had to speak of Tony Cruz. Tony Cruz needs Modric. Tony Cruz is more like he gets lost. I was watching the game. He's lost. He was lost. He doesn't know what he was doing in that game. I was kind of more shocked. Like
but there's not to be shocked because Tony Cruz isn't really that kind of player. But look, we have to move on. We have to move on because we have other things to do. So
yeah, I mean he need. I mean, Paris played. Let's not kid ourselves. Paris played good, but is the group stage. Paris always gets out of the group stage. Is what they do after the group stage. I'm not any way believing them anything. I know what they will do in the group stage. Let's see them what they do in the knockout stage.
Okay.
And Verratti and that guy Idris played good. They got some players.
Okay. All right. Okay. So now let's look at the Dortmund-Barcelona game, which ended 0-0. So 2 points to pretty much take from this game that I really want to focus on. Firstly, I think, can we all agree that Ter Stegen is the best keeper in the world, and the whole Alisson Becker for Ballon d'Or thing was complete and utter BS? And the second thing is, did Marco Reus break it up? And did Dortmund pretty much mess the amount of opportunities they had to beat Barcelona in the game? So let's ride it first with A1. So A1, Ter Stegen, is he the best keeper in the world? If not, who is? And did Dortmund mess their chance up? A1.
Best keeper in the world? No. I think Oblak's better. But, you know, Ter Stegen still has, like, his moments where he messes up, but he still has, like, games like this where in big games he steps up and makes very, very big, important saves as well. But I don't think he's the best keeper in the world. I still think Oblak's better. But Dortmund, they messed it up. Marco Reus didn't have his shooting boots on and whatnot. They should have won that game. But I do think, you know, when they go back to the new camp, Dortmund could have a chance. But then again, that also depends on Messi as well, because Messi didn't have a good game. Obviously, he just come back from injury. But if Messi has his normal season where he's come back, when he's fully fit, he's scoring goals, like, because right now he's in catch-up mode, and if he catches up and overtakes and does a match thing again, yeah.
Okay. All right. Ahmed, thoughts?
Well, Ter Stegen is a top 3 keeper, no doubt, but he's not the greatest keeper. You can't ignore Oblak's time with Atletico. He puts in performances game after game consistently.
Let's just be okay. Is Oblak really that great a keeper, or is it because he has an amazing defense? Because people always use this whole clean sheets thing.
I've watched him a lot. It's not about clean sheets, because if it was clean sheets, then I'm pretty sure Alisson has the most. But in terms of goalkeeping, lowest frequency of mistakes, and the saves that he makes, no one's better than Oblak right now in the entire world.
Okay.
You can say system, but like recently the defense at Atletico has changed. So, you know, at times, for example, like Savic, he's not a great defender for Atletico. I don't rate him at all, but I've seen him make mistakes at time, and I've seen Oblak like step up and make saves as well. So, you know, you can't really say the system.
No, Savic is good. Savic is good.
No, and Handanovic is also underrated. Okay, so Ahmed, so with regards to Dortmund and Reus, do you think they messed it up or they were just unlucky? Reus should have scored that flip penalty. I don't know how the hell you don't score that penalty, but
I mean, it's a penalty. Since when do you say it's not screwed up if you don't win after having a penalty, and especially being the better team? Dortmund should be frustrated because I mean, it's a tough group. Every point's gonna matter. Like this missed penalty could be the difference between advancing in Europa League football for them.
Okay.
Like they should be frustrated and they should be improving this. And I'm not sure who they play next, whether it be Inter or Slavia, but they have to win that.
All right.
I thought it was easy to score a penalty.
How's the boss? Where do you rank Ter Stegen and Dortmund? Did they mess it up or they were unlucky?
Ter Stegen, I always used to think that Ter Stegen is a number one. But a number one keeper does not let 4 goals go in against Liverpool last year. I think in a game like that, you shouldn't let 4 goals go in.
Come on, it was one game, bro. Just one game. Every keeper has had one bad game, man. Everyone has one bad day.
But 4 goals for the best keeper in the world in that big of a game. I can't call you the best keeper in the world. So I have to give it to Oblak.
But Oblak has had bad games.
Okay, and
he has. But he's much more
Dortmund. Do you think
consistent.
Dortmund can bounce back and can come out of this group ahead of Inter Milan, or?
It's a tough group. I mean, even Barcelona might not go through. I mean, with Valverde.
Bro, give me a break. Barcelona are coming to this group, man.
It's true.
Europa League.
Wait, so Barcelona are going to end up... Bro, give me a break. Barcelona are coming to this group. Come on.
Maybe. But, you know, Inter Milan now have Conte. And did you see Borussia Dortmund against Barcelona? How they played?
Yeah, no. I mean, do you still feel that Dortmund can make it through this group, even if they missed a golden opportunity to win their home game, knowing that Inter Milan drew their home game against Homeboys?
Yes, they can. Anything can happen.
Hello?
Okay, I think you got cut off.
Hello?
Yeah, you got cut off. Just
I think he just finished his point.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Hazem, thoughts?
Oh, okay. So to be honest, I didn't see the game, but I just want to say that so Royce missed the penalty, so we can see that it's not so simple to just score penalties. So especially in the Champions League final when you have all the pressure on you. So credit to Salah for that last season.
Give it a break,
man.
Okay. Sorry.
Give it up, man. It's a damn penalty, bro. Come on.
And Royce missed. But so okay. Anyways, as for the best keeper in the world, yeah, definitely Szczesny. And then between Oblak and Ter Stegen.
What?
Yeah, of course.
Bro, so Hazem, you thought like you could just say that without anybody knowing nothing. Excuse me?
Serie A bias, man.
Yeah. No. Because
man, Hazem, the Polish bias is insane, man.
No. Ask Juventus fans as well. It's not because when people say Szczesny, immediately people who don't watch Juventus, they immediately just remember Szczesny of Arsenal. Oh, what a joke and everything. No.
Remember the Szczesny that played against a Mourinho team, and was it 2 mistakes and Mourinho won last season? That's Szczesny. He's not number one.
What? Bro, there wasn't Szczesny mistake. Anyways, last season Szczesny was easily the best keeper in the world, and he was saving Juventus every single match. It was crazy how many times
you're on crack, man. But
no. The Juventus fans can confirm this. He was literally. They would say, if not more important than Ronaldo for them last season.
No, wait, come on, Hazem, keep it moving. Hazem, keep it moving, man.
Yeah, so Szczesny, and even this season he's been great. So, and what was the next question?
So, do you think this affects Dortmund's progress through the league?
Through the Champions League, you mean?
Through their group.
Oh, no, I think, Dortmund are going through comfortably. I think this was just a draw between the 2 group winners. And because, Inter, I'm sorry, man, but I told you guys, I can't take these guys seriously in the Champions League. These guys have been overhyped, and Conte is a very league coach, and he's shown that he's not able to, he just doesn't fit the Champions League format. So, Inter won't be a problem for Dortmund, and it will be Barcelona and Dortmund going through quite comfortably.
Okay, Salim.
Yes.
So
I would say Oblak is the number 1 goalkeeper. because of what he does and how he works. He's the number one for me right now.
Has Oblak made the kind of saves that you've seen Stegen make time and time again for the past 2 years?
Yeah,
Yes.
come on. I mean, Oblak has been saving Atletico's ass for so long, man. I mean,
But also remember that Oblak has a much better defense in front of him compared to Stegen.
Oh yeah, but who gets attacked the most? Who gets his side get the most relentless attack from? I mean, come on, Atletico. What they do is they're more defensive. I've never seen Atletico play more of a offensive style. They always play counter attack. I mean, they get attacked all the time. Let's be honest. Oblak is number one for me, and for the group, I think both of them go out. I don't trust. I mean, both of them go to the knockout stage. I don't trust. I don't trust Inter. I can never trust Inter. I mean, they drew Slavia Prague. Yeah, they drew, and Slavia
and got dominated.
Yeah, I mean Slavia. Slavia is a dark horse in that group. I mean, no one wants to play. No one wants to play with them. No one will look forward to playing against them or anything.
Yes.
I mean, I'm a little bit concerned about Dortmund, what they will do against Slavia. I mean, yeah. Other than that, I have nothing else to say about it. I watched part of the game, but my focus was only on Liverpool and Napoli. But I watched part of it, and that miss of penalty was if VAR reviewed it, it should have been retaken again. But other than that, it's a good save. I can't deny him. He made a good save. And
So basically, just so who from this do you feel Dortmund will make it through, or do you feel Inter will make it through?
I would say Dortmund will make it through.
Okay.
Because I can never trust Inter.
Okay, all right. So, Jujuman, thoughts on this? Ter Stegen, is Ter Stegen the best keeper in the world? And if not, who is? And Dortmund, do you still feel, despite Dortmund messing this up, do you still think they will make it through the group?
Yes. What's it called? Ter Stegen, I mean, even though he came out of the line, that was a good save. And Royce,
he actually moved very early. I saw it. He moved pretty damn early off that line. But
I want to know why VAR didn't review it.
Yeah,
exactly.
He moved very early. You know, I mean, remember it happened in the World Cup in the Nigeria against France for our Falcons, where our key keeper got penalized because she moved too early off of the line. Where it's like, same thing that Stegen it. But
yeah, in the women's World Cup, right? Yeah.
All right, Jujuman.
Yeah. So that and Marco Reus, like I said, 29 still plays for Dortmund. There's a reason, and we saw it.
God, you just have
the other thing is with Dortmund, they dominated, but I don't know how they didn't score the game. And I'm going to say something controversial, and I'm going to receive hate for it, but
don't say Barcelona.
I don't know. Messi looks physically finished. I think I said to say right now that.
Wait, Jujuman. Before you make yourself look like a flum, and before Messi's fans
it's not a fool. Like
easy, chill. He is coming back from a pretty long injury layoff. You can't judge it. Same thing with Hazard. Hazard only played a few minutes
his body looks like
in the weekend. Only played. Messi, literally, he's come off. He's not played competitive football in maybe like a month or something. So
a month only.
And
that's not that bad.
Wounded animal also.
Look. I've seen Messi because everyone's going to get offended about Messi because it's like this guy is untouchable. But the way he played, he just looks like physically. I don't know. He just looks tired, and I don't think he has. What's carrying him right now is he's intelligent. He's an intelligent football player, and that's what's helping him. But he just looks. Physically, he just looks. I know he came back from injury, but he's usually a bit sharp. And if you're coming back from injury, I expect you to have like a couple misplaced passes and stuff, like to look scrappy. But he just looked like physically, he looks bad. It doesn't look the Messi that I know.
Wait,
That's
wait,
why I mean.
wait. Someone just said, okay, Nazar Gamer just said it's his first game in 2 months. 2 months.
I mean, even if it's
Yes.
2 months, I mean,
Someone
look, some
said-
people have come
I've
back.
seen the lights.
Don't
Some
also
people
forget
have come
he's
back
also
from
wounded.
longer injuries. I know it's 2 months, but if he's not ready, don't play. Because I mean, I judge you if you play. So it's if he's not ready, don't play him and make him look terrible. Because he didn't look good. That's all I'll say. He didn't look good in that game.
So,
Bro, he just got 45 goals last season.
Yeah, but I know it's not 45. He was 50,
we need to
and I
move
know
on.
that. But that game, he looked like trash.
We need to move on. All right. Now this Atletico against Juventus, man. Couple of thoughts on this game right now. I think this game shows that and as I said in my review, Sarri's Juventus are slowly trying to say what's up. They're slowly and surely trying to say what's up. But as they're trying to say what's up, for Atletico, I still don't know what to make of this Atletico side, and I still don't know what to make of how well these guys can do. So my question for you guys is just in reflection of the game: do you still feel Juventus should still be amongst the favorites? Do you still believe in Cristiano? Do you man have some rare respect for the Portuguese hairdresser? And for Atletico, are you sold on João Felix and the more offensive attacking Atletico? Start with A1.
Juventus favourites. Not compared to how they would be like a few years back, even with Cristiano now, but because this Juventus is like it's a different one from like years back. So I think they're just below the favourites. Their team, maybe they can go semi-final, maybe get knocked out in the semi-final. I won't be surprised because I just don't feel like that team's really good enough. Like they're still playing Khedira and Matuidi in midfield, like, and these men have basically got no legs, and they're still playing that, and then they're still playing those players in midfield. Obviously, Cuadrado, he's playing. Higuain is playing as well.
I don't know how Khedira still plays professional football, by the way, but carry on.
Yeah, and also Ronaldo, I still think Ronaldo, he's still up to it. He needed one in the game as well, so he's still got that in him. Maybe not as much, but he's still got a moment in him. So, and I look at the rest of the team as well. I still think that the defense, I'm not really too sold in it as well. De Ligt, he's still slowly getting through, at times getting caught out and stuff like that. And Bonucci, I don't really rate him as much as well. And their right back is Danilo. Maybe, he could become good, but from what I've seen of him, like, he's not really that guy. And obviously, he's got error in him. Szczesny's got error in him. So, I don't see him as the favourites. Maybe they can reach the semi-finals, but favourites, no. But and Atletico, I think slowly and surely this team's maybe like getting together, if you get what I'm saying. They've got a new defence as well. Godin isn't there, so they need to show up in the defence. And even wing backs as well. No Juan Fran, no Felipe Luis. They've got Trippier and Lodi. And João Felix, I think, I think people may expect him to do more, whatnot. But for me, the way I look at him is it's like, yes, he had a breakout season, but I don't expect him to turn up like that. Like if he has if he scores maybe 16 goals in the league and maybe 20 goals all competition, that's all right, isn't it? But yeah, it's Atletico team. I think slowly and surely it will get better as the stages go past. It's just settling it down.
Okay, all right.
So about Atletico, I think that I watched them play. I think it's fantastic the way they play now, but we've still yet to see them really against the tough league opposition like Valencia and Madrid and Barcelona. But we've just seen them in the we see them lose to Real Sociedad, and I think that's concerning at some aspect. I think this team isn't fully developed yet. They're still adjusting. It's still it's still setting in the coach's plans. I think next season this Atletico team will be deadly next season. Next season, they're definitely going to make a league title push. They're going to have a Champions League title push. They're going to push for every trophy next season. Guaranteed. This season, I feel like the squad is going to suffer at the toughest moments. Like, for example, I feel like they're going to push the league title all the way to the end, but then they're going to lose to Sevilla or lose some crucial match.
And
someone else wins.
How far do you think Juve can go? Do you think Juve are the real deal for the CL?
It's difficult in this Champions League season to say how many teams are the real deal. Traditionally, people cite Liverpool and City most often, and Liverpool certain teams have exposed them. And their high line hasn't been 100% this season. Some people are doubting Liverpool, and City are very much doubted this season, especially after the Norwich loss. So I think really Juve, if they try their best and they do their best and they get some luck on their side, they can definitely do a push to the final. Like they're a team that you can possibly say could win.
Okay. So quickly before I go to Has the boss, I didn't mean Europa League semi-finals. I meant Champions League semi-finals for Chelsea, but we'll get to that very soon. So have some respect. And I know what I said. How's the boss? Thoughts on this?
I think Juventus, if they click with Sarri, with an attacking mindset, I think they can be called favorite. There aren't many teams that are favorites this year. Maybe Manchester City and Liverpool. So I think Juventus can win it this year. Yeah.
Okay. Hazem.
So what was the question exactly?
So basically, do you still feel that Juventus can still be amongst the favorites from what you saw in the game? And Atletico, are you sold on João Felix and the new, more offensive Atletico?
Oh, okay. So I'll start with the game. Yeah, it was, a very good game, exciting game. I watched this one. And I have to say, yes, Sarri is implementing his system. You can see the aspects coming into place. And the players are adapting. And but I'm sorry, but I'm still seeing the same thing in the defense. And it's going to be a persisting problem without Chiellini, where no matter how good Sarri adapts his system, the problem of Bonucci and De Ligt will remain throughout the season. And you saw it in this game. Personally, for me, both goals were a direct mistake of De Ligt. The first one, positioning mistake, horrible mistake. I don't know where he was standing, De Ligt, and it was an easy header for, I think it was Jimenez. And the second goal, again, where was in the corner? Where was the De Ligt was standing in his own place, not marking anyone, while he was leaving Dybala to mark a tall colossus like I think Savage. It was really tall, and De Ligt was nowhere to be seen. So when you have two bricks of defenders, and yeah, I'm gonna say this, I'm sorry, but you can't expect to reach anywhere in the Champions League. And this is what I'm saying. And I'm repeating this. No matter how well Sarri implements his system, it's round of 16 max for Juventus. I'm sorry, it's round of 16 max, and I'm not gonna change this.
Wait, so they're not getting past the round of 16?
Yes, round of 16 max, and that's if they get through the group stage. But look, I know they're looking good, but the only scenario where I would see them getting past the round of 16 if Chiellini miraculously returns from the dead. So if Chiellini returns from injury, then maybe they have a chance, because he's their only decent defender. And I'm sorry, bro. If you want to have a chance, then you need to start Demiral ahead of De Ligt, because this guy is completely out of touch with the team. He might be a good defender, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying De Ligt is a horrible defender. He's a talented defender. He's 19 years old. Give him time to adapt to the team, to adapt to such a level of playing. Because, a couple of games with Ajax in the Champions League is not going to cut it, where his main highlight was scoring, not actually defending. So that's from Juventus' side. Atletico Madrid, okay, man. I liked what they were doing in the first half. They're really taking the initiative, going forward and playing a wide, using their fullbacks really well. I'm not a big fan of Trippier, but he played well in the first half. They were really using him well as really overlapping fullbacks. And I like this Brazilian guy. I forgot his name. Another fullback of Atletico, who's a new Brazilian guy.
Is it Lodi? No, is it?
Yes, Lodi. Yes, Lodi. Yeah, he was good. He's a talented guy. I like him, and they can really. I like what Simeone is doing. He's showing that he can adapt, and that's the key with a coach. If you want to be a long-term coach, you need to show the ability to adapt, which Wenger did to an extent, but couldn't do it enough. for example, and Zidane now is showing that he can't really do. And I think Simeone is showing that he can, and that's the difference. So I think Simeone really he's trying to take the initiative, and these players he finally is realizing that he's really using the players that he has now. You have João Felix, yes, definitely. I'm really excited about this guy. He has a great touch, great flair, and it seems like his mentality also. But I just have a feeling, I don't know why, that he's gonna be an injury-prone player. I don't know why. I just feel like he's gonna be injury-prone, and let's
Who's
see.
this? Who's this?
João Felix.
Oh right, okay. Oh, okay.
All right.
Let's see how his career goes. But to be honest, Atletico optimistic. While Juventus, I'm sorry, bro. This defense is atrocious.
Okay. All right. Jujuman, thoughts on this Atletico and Juventus?
I hold a different opinion from Hazen. I think
surprise.
Simeone. No. It's true. I think Simeone is a mediocre coach. I mean, he tied at home.
Wait,
He's a mediocre coach.
Based on what?
Based on that second half, look, I didn't watch the game, but a lot of Juventus fans told me that second half, Juve completely dominated. People told me that Juventus second half was better than any Allegri performance last year, and and people say Simeone played well. I mean, the score was 2-2. It took a last minute. I mean, almost the last minute header and to tie at home. If you're the home team, you should be easily winning. This is supposed to be the dark favorites. I think Simeone, for a guy that is the highest paid manager in the world football, I think he's mediocre and is overrated. And the other thing, and Atleti should think of a transition to a better coach. And with Juventus, I rate Sarri highly. Like, I saw this Juventus team, and I've insulted them, but they're better than I thought they were. Like, overall, the team is better they're not as bad. Higuain has had a big impact.
He's trash. He's trash, bro. He's trash.
Still a huge impact. It's huge impact for Higuain. I think they're dangerous now going forward, because without Higuain, I mean, it was a joke. But now they're more dangerous.
So you still believe that Higuain can still be a top striker? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, I think there's still potential, and he has a lot to offer this season. Because with Higuain now, I see at least there's Juventus. It's more dynamic, their attack. Because without Higuain, I mean, it was too predictable. It's only Ronaldo. I mean, it was only Ronaldo. It was too easy to predict. I didn't give him a chance, but Higuain, I think it adds an extra. Because I don't know what to expect of this guy. Sometimes he can just drop a 9 out of 10. And sometimes he disappears, but I think he's a good addition to the team.
Okay.
And the other thing, the last thing with Sarri, I rate Sarri highly. Despite Chelsea fans calling him like a scrub, I rate Sarri highly, and I'm going to give Juventus like at least they're going to reach at least the quarterfinals this Champions League, just because of I trust. I think Sarri is is underrated manager. He's great. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So Salim, just keep it brief. Because we have lots to go. So briefly, thoughts on Atletico? Do you think that this new Atletico can do something in this CL? And Juventus, do you think that they are fair favorites? Hit it.
Yeah, yeah. First of all, Atletico could do something. I mean, I consider them to be a dark horse in in the round of 16. If they meet someone, they'll give them a trouble. But I expect them not to. I expect them all that from them. Round of 16, and if they get in, and if they get in the quarterfinals, that's the next level that I see them get to it this year. Other than that, I think more like the league will damage them more, because they'll focus more. They shift more focus toward the league, so they'll try to challenge Barcelona.
Yeah.
And for Juve, they're the favorites, but I put them in the category of pretenders. I mean, I have the contenders and the pretenders, so they're like in the cliff of falling off to the pretenders because of that fat De Ligt guy. If he can stay out of trouble, I mean, if he can learn his position, how to be a better defender, Yeah, they'll be contenders, but as long as right now I see them round of 16 or finals, most likely round of 16. It depends on who they meet.
Wait, just to interrupt, I think the delete thing is an agenda. It's a hidden agenda. Like
It's not
he's
an
doing
agenda.
great.
It's
No,
not an
no,
agenda.
no.
What agenda? He's
He's
not
young.
He's doing great for a
He's
19-year-old
young.
defender.
Juju,
He's a liar.
young.
Yeah, he's doing
Look,
great for
the
his
reason-
squad. You see Ramos
What did he
doing
They
do?
overrated him a bit. He's good, but they overrated
No,
him.
he's not overrated.
No.
wait,
Juju, man,
wait,
bring his
wait,
resume.
wait.
Talk about
Juju,
resume.
Juju,
What's his
Juju,
resume?
man, listen. The reason they got him was the Ajax used two teams, two clubs. They used Liverpool and Barcelona in order to get some money out of Juve. So
Yeah.
basically, his money should have been down. They were conned and they were finessed out of money. Let's be honest. They were saying he was gonna line up with Van Dijk, or he's gonna bring all these. No, Liverpool
He's
didn't want him.
No. Okay.
Liverpool didn't
Juju.
want him.
But wait, Salim. The other thing is, people. You know why? I think the lead is great. Look, check for aside from his resume and what he accomplished last season. I mean,
Nothing.
look
He
at Sergio Ramos. Look at what Ronaldinho used to do to Sergio Ramos at 19. Like
Okay,
the lead is doing a great job right now. Like it
since
doesn't
you-
look like it.
since
This guy
Juju, man,
is
since
doing
you brought
well
up
for his age right
since you brought up Ramos,
What did he do against Napoli?
now.
What did he do against Atletico? He was horrible.
Okay.
19-year-old again. Remember that was his last game against
Not
the big
ready
let me
for
let
the
me-
Serie A.
let
He's
me-
not
let
ready
me
for
land my
Serie A.
point, man.
You adjust.
Look, guys, we'll be here for ages. Look, just chill. This is not the
I
delete
need to say
show.
something, Juju.
Just chill.
I've
Okay,
been
so
trying to
look,
speak.
let's
No, wait, HH.
let's deal with this now. Let's deal with this now. I'm
Wait.
ready
No.
to deal with this.
HH,
So
HH.
look, semis is not happening. I know that may disappoint a lot of people and so forth. Semis is not happening. I think we need to scratch that. And I said this in my preview that if Chelsea don't beat Valencia based on how Valencia are at with their second of the manager and everything, then forget about the semis. The way that it went down, you know, we had your boy Pedrian doing their thing, the most indecisive players in the world, and Ross Brickley. I don't know who Ross Barkley is. Ross Brickley is a Class A. He's a Class A borderline scholar. What he did is one of the greatest brick moments of all time. It will go down as one of the greatest brick moments of all time. So Chelsea are now fighting for survival because right now they're on the back foot because Ajax look like money. Ajax look like money, and Ajax got that ass against Lille. So my thing is this: I just want you guys to be fully fair here, based on what you saw. And this is a simple yes or no, because I don't need it to go on a long soliloquy on all that crap. So it's a simple question: do Chelsea make it out of the group? Yes or no? A1.
I think they just about do it. I think Ajax will be first, and second, it'll be Chelsea. And simply because, you know, I saw Chelsea the way they lined up, three at the back at home. I think to myself, why are you lining up three at the back at home? Like, you should be like, you got injuries to defenders. You shouldn't be doing that. Plus, at the same time, you're at home, first Champions League in the while, you're doing three at the back. But then again, I could understand why, because you haven't got Emerson. You've got Alonso, and Alonso, everyone knows Alonso is not a good left back, and he plays better as a wing back because you've got the centre back behind him. And apart from that as well, the front three, it was all right, but Willian and Pedro, I don't know why they're still playing. Because it's just ridiculous that they're playing and they're not good enough.
No.
And as well as that, Barkley, what Barkley done is selfish. It's just selfish, and I think because Lampard is playing the young English talent, and I think Barkley may consider himself as young. He wants to join in on that because Tomori, he's getting praised. He's getting praised. Abraham's getting praised. Mount's getting praised, and Reece James getting hyped up. So I think Barkley wanted to get involved in that, and I don't know what he was doing. Honestly, I don't know what he was doing, and it's disrespectful.
What was he
A1,
doing? He
it's-
took a
no, because-
penalty and he missed. That's all that happened.
Look, see, this is my issue. My issue is that you have to now score. Because
Yeah, you have to score. You have to
wait,
score.
wait. Easy. There are many elements. First element is this: is that you're not the designated penalty taker. Lampard coming out and saying he's a penalty taker is
Yeah,
crap.
it's covering things up.
Why
he's
is
that
it
to say-
crap?
it's-
Double
it's-
H.
Wait, let me land. Chill, let me land. Lampard is saying that's just to save face because it would look very stupid if he can say, "Oh, this dude just." Jorginho is the designated penalty taker. He is the best penalty taker that Chelsea now have. That's a fact. So first of all, you come off. You're less experienced. You're not the designated penalty taker. You tell Jorginho to step off. You didn't win
the foul. You didn't win the foul.
My thing is that fair enough. What you're doing is stupid. You have to now score.
Yeah.
You have to now score.
Especially how he didn't win the foul. He didn't win the foul. It's not a thing where he won the foul. It's like, cool, I'm going to take it.
No,
he didn't win the foul.
When Ford was here, that's what, as I said before, that how it goes is, if let's say you've come on and you've been playing really well, and you go on a crazy run and then you then get fouled, you then grab the bus, I want to take the penalty. And you know what?
You got the right.
That's a fair argument. That's football. That's football. That's fair argument. You didn't win the foul.
Yeah, it was a handball, and
so what the bloody hell do you think you're doing?
Yeah, and it was just completely selfish of him as well. And you know, it's bad, especially if things like that is happening. Like someone needs to fix that up, and Lampard needs to set things straight because things like that can't be happening. And as well as that as well, Pulisic, you know, it's looking a bit tight for him because he got bought for a lot of money and he didn't come in the Champions League game. That's very, very bad, especially
50 million in today's market is peanuts. It's 60, not a lot of money.
60.
50,
but yeah,
come on.
55.
Look at you, man.
60.
Obsessed.
All right, cool. But yeah, you know, it's kind of hard for Chelsea right now because I think Lille as well, despite them losing 3-0, they got decent players. They could cause Chelsea problems as well.
Who?
Obviously.
Who?
Look. Who? Okay,
Lancema, easy. Lancema. Yeah. Don't chill. After that, Valencia lost. Let's chill.
Yeah. Then obviously you play Ajax, who are in very good form as well. I think it doesn't look like they're any different to last year, despite them losing De Ligt and De Jong. It's like they replaced them quickly straight away as well. I think one of their midfielders scored as well. So, you know, they're looking good. And obviously, Chelsea, you guys have to go to Spain and play Valencia again, which, you know, even though Arsenal were able to beat them and whatnot, but it could be hard for Chelsea as well, especially under Lampard.
All right.
So, yeah.
Ahmed.
Well, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, HH, but you've achieved meme status on the internet after
I didn't achieve anything. I made a call. Everyone can make a call. So
well, you're a meme now. All right, I'll just move on.
Yeah, thank you.
And
move on.
And I think it's very disappointing for the PE teacher that he lost to Valencia in such a symbolic fashion at home. But I think Chelsea will make it out of the group. I think they'll make it out of the group. I think they'll get second. They'll scrape by. I don't see Chelsea getting knocked down the Europa League. Yeah, that'd be major disaster for Chelsea if they really do. But I don't see it happening. I feel like it'll be around the 16 and then we'll get knocked out then. But it's possible that they get Europa League football. And I just want to mention something: the fact that Juju says that De Ligt is good for a 19-year-old, but when he says that he only judges players based on how they play. Like whenever someone says Ronaldo's 34, he says nah. You judge him on how he plays. That should be the standard in all cases.
By the way, De Ligt Juventus fans told me De Ligt had the best game so far for Juventus. So it looks like he's a positive trend that is continuing. He's improving every game. So that's good enough.
Yeah, that's true. But you can't say that's good enough for a 19-year-old when you say that you judge him strictly on how they play. And Ronaldo, and whenever someone says Ronaldo's a 34-year-old, you don't count that.
People say he's the best. No, sorry, I meant to cut you off, but people say Ronaldo is top 3 players in the world. I'm going to judge him as a top 3 player in the world. No one considers. Majority of people don't consider De Ligt a world-class player, but people criticize him as if he's a world-class player.
Look, chill. We'll get that. Okay, Lancema, comment on this one. So Lancema, let's be real. Let's just come to be real here. Okay, let's be real.
Yeah, I don't. So first of all, I don't know why you're curbing expectations after one game, in which, by the way, we were the better team. We should have maximum drew with Valencia. Valencia didn't deserve anything from that game. They had one half chance and they scored from a set piece.
True.
So they did nothing. They did fuck all in that game. I'm not impressed.
Valencia is the results, man. The results.
I get it. And second of all, I think Ahmed just spoke. He said it would be a disaster if Chelsea played Europa League. Listen, people had us in the relegation zone before the season started. If we get through the round of 16, that's a miracle. That's a miracle in itself.
Who had you?
That's a miracle in itself. Nothing was expected of Lampard. He has the hardest job in world football. Secondly, no transfer window, and the team is on its last legs. No Conte, no Hudson-Odoi, no Emerson, no Mount, no Reece James, no Loftus-Cheek, no nobody. They have nobody. They have to play 45-year-old Willian and 67-year-old Pedro.
Yeah.
Both are geriatric. Come on, like.
All right. Well,
this team.
All right. Since you're pointing me out, let me just mention the two reasons it would be disastrous is one, because of the expectations set. That's firstly. Second thing is the fact that who they're up against. They're up against Lille.
We're up against last league's Champions League semi-finalists. We're up against France's the League Us second place team from last season.
Who was it who just said what is Lille? Who was that you?
Yeah, I said, but then I said jokes aside.
Hello?
Jokes aside. But also, I think we're going through. Like, I think there's no Conte will be back. Maybe if not against Liverpool, he'll be back the week after. So put Conte in that game against Valencia. We are cruising to a victory, no doubt in my mind.
Okay, all right.
So
that's why it'd be a disaster to not make it.
And you asked the question if Chelsea are going through. Yeah, I think we're going through. I don't know if we're gonna finish first. It's gonna be tough now because we'll probably have to beat Ajax home and away. But second for sure.
Okay.
Second for sure.
How's the boss?
Yep. I think yes, Chelsea will go through in this group. I think this group is not that difficult for Chelsea. It's even Ajax. They lost their one of the best players in the jump, and Valencia this year they're very bad. They just switched managers. Even with Lille, I think Lille had more chances than Valencia than Ajax in that game. So I think they're definitely going through for Chelsea. I just wanna talk about something with Ross Barkley, or Ross Brickley as you call him. I just don't understand why anyone would let him take the penalty. I don't understand why.
But what? See, Lampard. I think Lampard is at fault here. Because Lampard should be a manager that should come and say, "Yo, look, this is what happens." Because do you want to get in a fight? What would it? So if Jorginho and Willian, what they're supposed to do? Snatch the ball from him and then get in a fight. So for me, I think the problem is Lampard, because Lampard could have easily grabbed Azpilicueta and said, "You Azpilicueta, go and tell Brickley to step the hell off."
But what if Lampard's telling the truth? In preseason, whenever Barkley was on the pitch, he took the penalty. Like, I don't believe Lampard is even lying in this situation. And even if you were, he handled the situation better than Sorry, go ahead.
No, but not just. So, are you really? How does that make sense? If you're a manager and you're assessing, because I'm sorry, this is now going to be like English bias now. How would you come in and Jorginho's record of taking penalties? Why would you come in and install a guy who is not a non-penalty taker and has a worse record than Jorginho, who is a non-penalty taker for both Napoli and for Thingy? Why would you now come and say, you know what, I'm going to now install Barkley as a penalty taker? That makes no sense. So for me,
I don't know. Lampard sees Jorginho 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. He sees Barkley 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. They're practicing penalties and training. Maybe Barkley's better. Who knows? Maybe he's good at penalties. And I'm pretty sure, didn't Jorginho miss one this season? I might be wrong. I don't know.
One.
I don't remember. But either way, whether he's lying or not, I think he's handled the situation perfectly because nobody's talking about it. Remember when the whole fiasco happened with Rashford and Pogba?
Oh, no, because that's the media. Because of the English bias. It's English bias, mate.
No, well, Rashford is English.
Hey guys,
Rashford is English.
Wait. Has the boss? So just finish your points. Finish your points, so we can move on.
Yeah, I just don't understand why Ross Barkley took the penalty. Like, he just came in as a substitute. I've never seen that. Like, someone just came in as a substitute and acting like he's the star of the team. It definitely was weird.
Okay, Hazem.
Yes, I'm just listening to you guys, and yeah, another example of someone missing the penalty, and so yeah, imagine Salah what he was going through.
Oh,
So,
get over it, man. Flipping
I mean,
hell, man.
yeah, someone
Next
said it's easy to score
topic,
penalties.
man. Oh my, this guy.
All right, I'm just highlighting the obvious. So where's
Hazem,
Dr.
that was
Abdullahi?
that was weeks ago.
Where's Dr. Abdullahi? Because this doctor said Chelsea are reaching the final.
Bro, he's hurt, bro.
What an idiot, man! What an idiot.
He's
Come
a
on,
meme,
man.
bro.
Like,
Take me, you said as well.
Yeah,
Take
no,
me.
look,
No, I did not.
So
I did
Hazem, are Chelsea
I got
making it
receipts.
through? Yes or no?
So I just wanna. I'm just before I say that, I'm just interested in how all the doctors who said that Chelsea is gonna reach final and semi-final really piped down really fast.
Bro, they're
And,
memes now.
I don't think they should change their opinion so fast, to be honest. And Dr. Abdullahi and Dr. HH should just
No. It's time
remain
for reflection.
some-
Oh, it's only time for reflection. Don't worry, it's just
Yeah.
time for small reflection.
No, yeah, and that's why you guys shouldn't say that you're not going out of the group. Chelsea are getting out of the group. No question.
We're
about it.
missing 6 first teamers, Hazem. 6 first
Yeah,
teamers.
but how many of those guys are coming back in a couple of weeks?
More 5 of them. 5 of them.
Okay, so
Everyone
if you-
except Loftus-Cheek will be back in
not
late
not to
October,
mention-
early November.
not to mention
Everyone else by next week.
Yeah.
Mm.
So not to mention that Valencia will really struggle against the other teams. Even against Lille, I can see them struggling because these guys they got dominated by a Chelsea that's half injured. So
Yeah.
when and this is expected when you sack Marcelino, when you sack your sporting director, when Peter Lim is turning the club upside down, you can't expect anything in the Champions League. It should be an automatic ticket to the Europa League or 4th place, and that's what's going to happen with Valencia. Unfortunately, no matter this victory was just an anomaly, something that happens because of circumstances, injuries, and it was unfortunate, and it was really a wake-up call for Chelsea that they have to really see who's at their disposal. But I think it shouldn't worry them that much. And Chelsea
Also, just to add one last thing, Coquelin should have been red carded for that challenge. That was a horrible challenge.
Sure. Crazy challenge.
So
That was horrible.
Chelsea
And then
guys-
when Mount came off, we kind of crumbled. So
Well, how long's
Yeah.
the mount? Is it serious?
So guys,
no, he might be. He's in contention for the Liverpool game.
All right. So
He might-
he might
be
finish your point.
Ajax-
Finish your point.
So guys, Ajax and Chelsea are going through, and you Dr. Abdullahi and HH, you don't have to worry too much because you guys are still going through.
Well,
Wait,
most of you better be right if you for your
wait,
sake. Jujuman,
HH.
Jujuman.
Yeah, so with this game, I'll admit I didn't watch because I don't respect both teams. I
Hey,
think
whoa, Jujuman, you've been very disrespectful in the past few weeks, man. I don't know. Is like are you like rich or something? Do you have like money?
Hold on.
Because money makes people very disrespectful. Carry on.
No, so but with Chelsea, I mean, I'm surprised they lost to Valencia. I thought this would be an easy game because how Barcelona they beat Valencia on the past weekend, and with this group, I expect Ajax to top the group easily. I mean, they'll top the group easily, and Lille, I'm not sure how good they are. And the key game with this group,
Chelsea can beat Ajax home and away.
yeah, this should be straightforward for Ajax. Like Ajax should beat Chelsea both legs.
Hey, come on, Jujuman.
No, it's like I think this team like
come on, bro. Come on, Jujuman. Come on. Why?
it's like nothing. I saw the bits of the game, Ajax game, and it looks like nothing has changed. It's still a strong team. like they've managed to find other.
If you watched the
players.
Ajax game, you would have seen that Ikone missed an open net twice. So
They won 3-0
it
and
should've-
Chelsea
it
lost
should've
1-0 at home. So it's like
different level of
and the other
opposition.
the other thing that worries me about Chelsea is inconsistency. These guys, as Chelsea, I mean, the team hasn't won any game in a row.
Yeah, I heard you. That
How
one
many
I heard
games
me.
in a row? Every time, yeah, but every
Haven't won
time
at home
they
either.
either win, or lose, draw,
it's
and then
early in the
one
season,
win.
man. It's early in the
It-
season. Relax.
It's
early
the
in
nature of the
trend,
Prem,
like-
man. It's the nature of the Prem. That's how it goes.
It's not a good trend. Like, there's no consistency here, so we don't know. They're probably going to lose against Liverpool, and then are they even going to win the next game after that? No one knows. But I think the key game, just to summarize, key game is the game at the Mestalla. If Chelsea win that, which I think Chelsea, that's the game I don't know. But if Chelsea win that, they're going through. That's the key game at the Mestalla one. Because I'm not sure I'm 100% backing Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount, but if they deliver in that game, they're going through.
All right,
No,
Rahimski,
but
thoughts
Yeah,
on
so-
the Chelsea game? Can Chelsea go through, or is it all over?
Yeah, well, I mean, with Valencia, like, people would forget that under Marcelino, they were just a dog-eat-dog team that got it done somehow, some way. It doesn't make it look pretty, but they always got it done. Like in the Copa del Rey, they won it. And then the fucking CEO of Valencia comes out and says he wasn't proud. He thinks Marcelino should have tanked the Copa del Rey for the league. And then Marcelino's like, okay, our ambitions are different. I'm leaving. But you can tell the squad still has that understanding of how to win, how to get these crucial wins.
That's true.
Even though it's not being demonstrated in the league, I do understand that. But in crucial games, they know how to get it done. So I think with Chelsea, it's less of Chelsea collapsing, more of it being a bad matchup, because Chelsea struggle against gritty teams. Teams like Valencia, they're the perfect example, because they always find a way. Physicality doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be good passing. It doesn't have to be good structure. We're just going to score when it matters, and that's it. I think Chelsea can recover, though. I think if Tammy gets on form, if there's more link-up play, if Mason's good, if Azpilicueta stops being a donkey, all these things can.
Azpilicueta is finished, bro. So
yeah, so
No,
who
no,
knows?
give him a chance. Give him a chance. Come on.
Don't you think just adding, forget about the other people that will come back into the side, just adding Conte alone will improve Chelsea's consistency
For sure. I mean,
and their
whenever
overall
you-
play?
whenever you add
Just
the
adding
best-
Conte alone.
Whenever you add the best player in the world in his position, he's gonna make a difference. So yeah, of course.
okay.
Yes.
So,
All right. So Salim, just
Casemiro.
wait. We have to move. Salim, round us off.
Yeah.
Salim, round us off.
I don't know why everybody is expecting Chelsea to fail. They're not gonna fail. They're gonna. I'm gonna say right now, Chelsea. I expect them to beat Ajax home and away.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
let's be honest. Let's look at the semifinals against Spurs. Until Sissoko came in, Ajax were doing whatever they wanted to do. So when Conte returns back and everything is the way it is, I expect him to dominate Ajax, and I expect Chelsea to get out of this group. They might be second or might be first, but I expect them to get out, and I expect them to be round of 16. And the penalty, whatever you call it, Brickley, or whatever name you want to use him, but the English media will protect him, because let's be honest, if that was the brother from a different color, the whole place would blow up. So yes, I was watching the game back and forth. I was watching other games, but when that penalty was awarded for Chelsea, I turned it back on, and he was like, I got this, and I was like, okay, let's see what you do. And well, the rest is history. So I don't know why he did it.
Can Chelsea make it through
the
the
rest
group?
is history.
How
Yeah, the
deep
rest-
can Chelsea go?
How deep can Chelsea go? Round of 16. It depends on who they face in. They're not going to face an English team in the round of 16,
16.
but it depends
They're
on
gonna
who
get
they
further
face.
than
If they face
Juventus.
the big boys, if they face Barcelona, you can kiss it goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll
All
be
right.
out.
HH,
Wait.
I have a question for you.
Okay, Ahmed. Briefly, do we have to move on, Ahmed?
What did you think of the memes?
I think they're rude, harsh, and uncalled for, but funny, very amusing. And
Hey,
I did post a lot of them on Instagram. Very funny, very amusing, but I think it's quite harsh. All right.
Thank you for acknowledging my art.
HH, you said earlier.
Ahmed, so Ahmed, was it you that's made all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
Nah,
you know
you be
what, bro?
working 24/7.
You know what? I've got to come out and say those were quality memes. I've got to say that, like, as harsh as they were, I did bring it onto myself, but I did laugh. Those were very, very funny, and anything that is humorous, I'm all for. So, Ahmed, congrats. That was quality stuff.
Congratulations, bro.
Quality
Congratulations.
all right, so last few topics now. So obviously, I think it's fair that we bring in your boy A1 on this, and then other guys can chime in. So A1, quality from Arsenal, the young boys pulling through,
Wait,
looking
Napoli,
very
Liverpool.
impressive.
Really, we're gonna talk Europa?
Napoli, Liverpool.
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
look. What can I say? I don't want to, but it's a football channel. I have to be fair here. So young guys looking very good. I did watch the match, and Frankfurt are a bunch of bricks going forward, but Arsenal were very clinical. So let me ask you this, A1, as an Arsenal fan, and I'll bring more guys in. Do you think that Emery should integrate? Because obviously Chelsea have to do it because they are forced to do it. But should Arsenal actually further integrate their young side into more games, specifically in the Premier League as well? Or do you think that how it's been used is fine and just use them in the group stages in the Europa League, then bring the big boys when they go further into the tournaments? Or do you think guys like Saka and Willock should actually be playing more games?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because Willock is a space for him in midfield, 100%. Saka on the left side, we don't really have a left winger like that. So that left side, that's where Awobi played when he was at Arsenal, but now he's gone. Plus, he saw Mkhitaryan as well. The left side's free, and Saka, Nelson, or maybe Martinelli, they should take on that spot. And obviously, Emery, I hope he does do that, because I don't want Emery at Arsenal. I think he should leave Arsenal because again,
wait. If not Emery, who then? If you say Allegri or Wenger, induct yourself.
Gattuso.
No, definitely not Wenger. Come on, I don't want Wenger back at all. It's just like whoever there's managers out there, whoever's better than him, innit? Because Emery,
nah, not good.
Like because yesterday, apart from us, winning 3-0, Frankfurt had more shots than us. Like they had more shots on target than us. Scored goals as well. So
basically, if Frankfurt had Jovic or clinical, it could have been a different game.
Yeah, it would different game, 100% different game.
Rebic.
It would have been a different game. Or Rebic as well, or Haller. It would have been a different game because guy is second game in a row against conceded 31. This game 25 shots. The last 5 games we've conceded loads of shots.
A1.
And we're not looking good. We are not looking good at all. Hello. Yeah.
A1. Do you know your problem before you jump in and everything? Do you know your problem is defense? You need that someone who can muscle everything together, like Van Dijk for Liverpool.
Yo, it's okay. They have David Luiz. They have David Luiz, bro.
Wait.
Raheem, you better be sarcastic. Ramsey, I pray that you're sarcastic.
I'm joking.
No, wait. All right, cool. Everyone,
oh my God.
Cool. Everyone's saying that we need a defender. I'm telling you, any defender that can come into that system is going to struggle. There is no defensive structure at this club, especially with Unai Emery in charge. Because Emery thinks playing Xhaka and maybe Guendouzi, who are more defensive minded, or maybe playing Adam Torreira as well, who are more defensive minded. He thinks that's make his team solid. But it's not about just bringing players in and say, yeah, cool, whatever. You have to draw them into doing, like, defending as a unit. We don't do that. We do not do that at all. And, that's what is annoying us. And we always end up having big, massive gaps because it seems like players don't know what to do. And multiple players have come out recently saying at times they don't know what to do as well. Like, Saka even came out. He said sometimes Unai Emery tells him something and he doesn't understand and he has to speak to Freddie Ljungberg so Ljungberg can explain to him. And even Maitland-Niles as well, he's right back. Right, he's come out and said he doesn't want to play there. And, players are starting to, I think they're starting to lose faith in Emery as well. Because I didn't want him in the first place.
Wait. I mean, so and this is just a question for everyone out there. Should Arsenal aim for the Europa League? Can they and will they win the Europa League this season? because Zad had different ideas last season. So I apologize on behalf of Zad and everything, but what happened last year. But it wasn't personal, it was just business. But do you think this is their year?
Well, again, it does depend on who falls out of the Champions League. But at the same time, I can see Emery, but I can see Emery going for the Europa League because I think he's a cup manager. When it comes to league, trying to get top fours and whatnot, he's never got top four. So league-wise, he's always changing and changing his system and tactics, whatever, every game, and there's no fluidity. Whereas cup games is different. You're able to do that. You've got time. You're able to do that. So Europa League, I can see us going far.
Okay.
That's
so anyone else? Anyone can jump in. Can the Arsenal or will Arsenal win the Europa League this season?
And we won't win it. We won't win it. We won't win
I don't think so. I don't think so with the defense like that and with
my boy Salim. I agree
with the way Emery is setting up. Let's be honest. Honestly, no way, because if Emery is continuing to do what he's doing and not changing and not seeing what he's doing wrong, no way in hell he's sniffing the Europa League final. Because if they don't do it, consider that an anomaly for last year's what happened.
Okay, all right. So final topic here, and this is one that I'm gonna like a bit, man.
I just want to add something
Napoli,
about Arsenal.
Wait. So no. So just repeat. Okay, wait. Hold on, guys. Wait, 1 second.
We need to talk about Napoli Liverpool. I'm sorry. What the hell?
Man, that game was.
Liverpool are not winning the league, man. No, I need to speak about Mane because why you're skipping that game for Mane? Because Mane got embarrassed.
Mane was breaking that game.
Look, Hassan, you will not change my view. My view is the same. Let's just talk about United now. So,
what
for United? Can we just say this right now? Are we all in agreement that Marcus Rashford is another victim of English media hype?
Yes.
And the dude is actually a brick.
10 goals max. 10 goals max, HH.
So, I mean, because the English media told me that this guy was the GOAT. So,
and he was in the category of Mbappe, correct?
No, I was told that this guy was the GOAT. So, are we all in agreement that this guy really is just he's pretty much English media hype? Because I'm sorry, like calling a dude Marcus Rashford is harsh. Also, I don't care whether he's 2021. What's that supposed to be? Some good to say, oh, dude is 21. And so what? Mbappe is 20. Sancho is 19. 20. And Mbappe and Thingy are light years ahead of flipping Marcus Rashford. So don't use his age as an excuse. So, guys, first of all, for United, what do you think United will actually achieve this season? Because I'm actually really worried about these dudes. Because without Pogba,
fuck all.
What the hell do they do?
Bro, top 6 should be their goal.
United. I mean, I think I say this a year ago, and I got abused for calling United a nothing club. But I mean, for United fans, I hope
fans they have. Come on, you can't call me a nothing club.
I hope the reality has sunk in by now. If they're still slow to process, but United, I think the structure of the entire club is messed up. Where I mean, people like United is a prestigious global brand, and hiring managers. I mean, nothing personal against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but you need to work to get that United job. This is like a top quality job that people work years to get that job, and the fact that he just got the job without
people get the United job based on technicalities these days. Moyes, Ole Gunnar
Moyes, yeah. That's true.
It's a prestigious club, and it's just the entire structure and how things are run in that club is the problem. Once they fix that,
I think
everything else will be.
No, they can't fix it. They can't fix it. It's rotten to the core, Juju. It's over.
No. This is 5 years. This is minimum 5 years before United get back to relevancy. It ain't going to be a quick fix. So United fans have to accept that. And I think some have, but some haven't. Some still think that they're still a great competitive club, which I find fearful. But if you have a club where, if Pogba is not in that club, you're screwed. That's crazy. So
HH, they haven't gotten over the Ferguson era. They still live in that past. United fans need to accept it. That era is gone, and they need to bring a real manager.
They need to rebuild. They need to rebuild.
That manager.
They've been no. United have been rebuilding for the past 6 years. I mean,
no, look,
it's time to stop building, man.
Look, 11-game run. That's it. 11-game run. Hyped him. 11-game run. That's it. They only hyped him because of 11-game runs, and he beat what? Spurs for the top. The top 6 he beat, and then after that the cliff fell off. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So this is my thing.
And PSG.
Yeah,
if Mane made that pass, it would have been a goal for Liverpool.
Okay,
so
thanks
it's another example of selfishness
look,
because he waited too long.
Final thing now before we roll. Milan derby happens. Very simple. AC Milan have the home turf. All I want is Scotland, so I'll go first right now. You know what? I think Hazem actually made a very interesting point before here. I think the easy thing to do is Inter should win. They're the better team. They have the better players. They are in much more better form and so forth. And I believe they're actually now top of the league. But I think these games, because it's a derby game, they go against its own. So you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say. I was going to say 2-2. But you know what? I'm going to say 2-1 to AC Milan. I think AC Milan wins.
What? Oh my God.
Win this 2-1. Call me crazy.
Don't do this, bro.
So all I want is a scoreline. So Lantema, score.
I don't know. Lukaku playing for Milan, right? So
yeah. Inter.
2-0 AC. 2-0 AC.
What?
No, he doesn't perform in big games. Lukaku fucking stinks.
Okay.
So, AC.
All right. How's the boss? Scoreline.
3-2 Inter Milan, hat-trick Lukaku.
Wow. Hazard.
And this is being really on the optimistic side. And this is just because of the point I made earlier where this is a derby. I'm gonna go with
1-1. Man, believe in your team, Hazem. Wow. Believe, man. What the hell?
Conservative.
I'm believing. This is me believing.
Mind games is easy.
I'm believing.
With this game, I mean, to be honest, because before I would have said Inter Milan, but they lost to. I mean, they dropped points at home to a team from I don't know where, someplace in Eastern Europe. But
don't disrespect Central Europe. Don't disrespect.
Whatever. Yeah. What's it called? They lost. So I'm not sure about this Inter Milan because it looks like it was now hyped because they don't. They dropped points and they scored a last minute goal. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because the Lautaro Lukaku system is. They're going to get a chance guaranteed with that under that Conte system. So I'll give them a heads up. Plus with AC Milan, I don't even know. I think they're not even. I don't think they're relevant. So I'll give benefit of the doubt to Inter Milan because
score, man. Give me a score, bro. Give me a score.
Scoreline. I'll say 0-0 because I see a 0-0 here.
Okay.
Wow.
Rahimski.
Who is Gianpaolo? I'm gonna go 3-1 Inter.
3-1.
You're right.
Wow.
3-1.
Gianpaolo's yet to prove himself.
Okay. Salem, score.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Milan.
Oh my God.
2-1 Milan. All right, guys.
Don't say this, bro. What the hell?
All right, guys. It's all be fair. We will see you guys hopefully on the Sunday. Peace out. Stay true. Stay real. Peace.
Forza Milan.
Peace.
Peace to you.